Life Haven is surely a place for a life-changing experience.
I'm Malvin Makawa from Karoi. I came to the Life Haven because I had some things that I wanted clarity about. I am a pastor and I'm also a farmer by profession. But I had 3 things that I wrote down that I wanted clarification about. Firstly, I wanted a business idea, something outside farming, because I was saying in as much as farming is going on well, but I need another stream of income. I need another fresh idea that I can pursue. I was afraid in investing in things that wouldn't hold water. So I was saying I need a new idea, a fresh idea. The other thing I wanted to know, I wanted a confirmation about my relationship, because I was saying I don't want to get into something that can be a snare to my destiny and the work of God that I'm doing. The third thing that I wanted to know about was concerning the ministry. I wanted God to show me the enemies behind the progress of the ministry, because in as much as I've been in the ministry for close to 5 years now, but I could tell that something is wrong somewhere. I could tell that there was a drawback somewhere. So I wanted clarity on that. So when I came to the Life Haven, I'll go straight to the experience where the prophet anointed us. He first explained to us that whatever we wanted to know about, we could consult God through this anointing oil, and God would review exactly that. So my turn came to be anointed. As I stood before the man of God, the last thing I really saw clearly was when he sprayed the oil on me. And slowly I began to feel like I was being translated into another realm. It was calm, it was soft, and I began to lose control of my body. And I felt myself falling slowly until I was on the floor. Then as I was there, I could now start to feel my body starting to make some movements that I didn't understand. The first thing that happened was I saw myself doing gestures like I was washing my hands. And then I started to wash my body like I was taking away some dirt from myself. Whatever it is that I was taking away from, I could tell that God was separating me from all the negatives of my life, from spirits that were against my progress. And after that process, that's when I began to see the exact things that I wanted to know about. The first thing that I saw, I got a business idea. I saw myself opening a gym in the very town where I live in Karoi. Physically, I was making some gestures of someone who is in the gym. But at first, I didn't understand it. So the experiences became more vivid and more powerful until I recorded in my head that it was a confirmation of the gym I had seen. That's when the gestures stopped. Then the experience continued again. I began to see the person that I'm going to marry. I saw her and I identified her. And as I was now trying to open my eyes again to be conscious of my environment, it was like I saw the name of the person written on my left hand and my name on my right hand. And physically, my hands joined together. I was trying to separate them because I didn't want them to join, but I couldn't separate them. I started to roll on the floor trying to separate them, but I never managed. And to me, it came as a confirmation that God was confirming that relationship. At the end of that experience again, I got into those visions again, and I began to see a family that I'm going to have. I vividly saw 2 girls and 2 boys. And again, at the end of the experience, I found myself lifting 2 fingers on the left hand and 2 fingers on the right hand, which I took to mean that it was confirming that I was going to have 2 girls and 2 boys as my future family. And then at the end of that experience again, I saw a date that was being written in my left palm. This happened physically as I was opening my eyes. My right hand began to write a date in my left hand, and I saw 2019. I also saw, I believe it was March or May, I'm not sure, but I saw an M clearly, then 2019. And it was connection with the prior things concerning my relationship, whether it's marriage or whatever, but I believe there's a great step that I'm going to take around the month of March or May, according to the date that was written in the palm of my hand. Those experiences ended there, but I was still worried because I hadn't seen anything concerning the ministry. Yes, the business, I got an idea, something that is not even there in the town, that has never happened before. There's never been a gym in my town. I got the idea, I was happy. But the ministry part of it, I never got to see anything about it. And the experiences ended, I was so worried. Then the very night after the men of God anointed us, that's when I had a dream. I saw a group of businessmen that are influential in the town. I saw them doing rituals that they were doing in the very hall that we use for the church services. And it was like they were saying some things against the church because they didn't want churches that affect the things that they were doing. I even identified some of them. I still know them by their names. I saw them vividly. They were doing those rituals then. And after that, I heard a voice that told me that these are the people that are against the progress of the work of God in this city. They fight every ministry that tries to rise because whatever they are doing, it is connected to the negative kingdom. And the experiences ended there. That was in a dream now. So I can say all the questions that I had, those are the very things that I received answers concerning exactly that. I even remember that I saw some things that are beyond what I wanted to know about. I began to see a relative that I have to pray for, whom I saw having premature death and all that. But I can say the very things that I came for, I received immediate and clear answers concerning them. Well, I can say I have seen visions before, I have had dreams before, I have had experience with God before, but this was a very unique experience whereby what you are seeing in the spiritual realm is actually being played in the physical, and it's so clear. It doesn't need any interpretation. This has been a unique experience. I can say it was my first time to have something so clear that I don't need anyone to interpret, that I cannot say maybe it was just imagination. It was too clear and vivid to be called an imagination, to be called maybe something that I was doing out of my own will.
Life Haven is surely a place for a life-changing experience.